Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Medical Minion. This is the video for physiology, and the topic for the video is how does our body works, or the regulation of body function. So let's get started. To understand the topic better, I am dividing the working of body into four different parts. The first is good stuff, the second is bad stuff, the third is communication, and the fourth and last part is protection. So in good stuff, we will be talking about nutrient and oxygen and their supply to body. In bad stuff, we'll talking about the removal of waste product. In communication, we will talk about the interaction and regulation of body function. And in protection, we will talking about protection of our body from pathogen and external adverse climate. So let's talk everything in detail. The first is good stuff, where we are talking about nutrient and oxygen and the supply to the various part of body. The first thing that help us in this is the musculoskeletal system. Without musculoskeletal system, the body could not move to obtain the food for its nutrition. Also, musculoskeletal system provide motility for protection against adverse surrounding, without which entire body along with its homeostatic mechanism could be destroyed. The second thing is gastrointestinal tract, which help us to provide nutrients including carbohydrate, fatty acid, and ammonium acid. You eat the food through your mouth, of course, which goes into the stomach and then into the small intestine, and this process goes on and provides nutrition. So the third thing we are going to talk about is the respiratory system, which help us to provide oxygen throughout the body through the lungs. It provides oxygen, and similarly it removes CO2, and CO2 is the most abundant metabolic waste. The fourth and most important part is the cardiovascular system, or we can say the circulatory system. So this system help us with the transport of oxygen and nutrients to every part of body. Similarly, removal of the waste. The heart pumps the blood into the arteries, and the arteries exchange nutrient and O2 with the interstitial fluid, and then takes the waste and CO2, and it is pumped into the veins, and the veins take it back to the heart. So you should remember the point that plasma is continuously mixed with the interstitial fluid, where exchange of waste and nutrients are taken place. The second part, we are going to talk about the bad stuff, that is removal of metabolic end products. So the organ that help in the removal is the kidney. Urine and uric acid with excess of iron and water are excreted out of the body. To remember the function of kidney, there is a mnemonic trick, that is a weight bed. A stand for the maintenance of acid base balance, W stand for the maintenance of water balance, E stand for the maintenance of electrolyte balance, T stand for the removal of toxin, B stand for BP control, E stand for production of erythropoietin, and D stand for metabolism of vitamin D. So now let's move on the second organ, which also help in the management of bad stuff, that is liver. All the substances that is observed is not good, so we need an organ to tell us whether the observed substance is useful or not, or should we wait and store it for later use, or we should convert into the usable form. So the liver can be called as the lab, which tests and tell us about the substances. So the function of the liver is to remove indigested drugs and chemicals that are passed on bile, which are eventually eliminated out of the body, change of chemical substance to be usable form, and storage of substance for later use. Now let's move on our third part, that is communication, where we talk about the interaction and regulation of body function. So we have two types of communication. First is fast and second is slow. Fast communication is of neurons, and slow communication is for hormone released from the endocrine glands. The fourth is protection. When we are talking about protection, we have two systems. First is immune system, that protects the body from pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungus. Second, we have integumentary system, the skin and its various appendages like hair, nail, glands, and other substances cushion and protects the deeper tissues and organs of the body, and generally provide a boundary between body's internal environment and the outer world. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, hit the like button and follow me on Instagram at the red medical minion, where I post tricks and short notes.